Fire Lake Casino over at the Dale exit, over there by Heron McLeod. It's heading really directly toward that area. I tell you right now, this is going to produce a tornado, and it's going to happen here really fast. Let's go to the south dop and look at the hook. This may come down as a wedge. Look at the hook. Massive. See how much different that is than what it was before? And see the bands? All these hail bands are feeding into the circulation, which is right here on 36th Street. That whole thing may come down as a wedge because the whole thing is sucking in everything. See the curvature there? That is a deep, strong mesocyclone. It may come down as a wedge, like F3 wedge. This is very, very serious now. 36th, 48th, over to Lake Thunderbird, all the way over to, this is the county line. We're talking about over there toward Twin Lakes and Dale and Shawnee, maybe as far south as Tecumseh, over near north of Pink, near north of the Thunderbird Casino, up toward the Fire Lake Casino. This may come down as a wedge because all these hail bands are being sucked into the circulation. You can see the banding all feeding into it, meaning the mesocyclone is pulling everything in. Let's go back to Emily Sutton live. She's tracking it. Emily?
Yeah, Mike, we're about to turn east on Alameda Street, and we're about to turn, and we're heading directly towards the circulation. We're getting lots of rain, strong banding of rain. We may be getting a little too close to the circulation. Here we go. We're trying to get a shot of it for you. But there was definitely a lot of rotation with it. Here we go. I think we have a good close view of it. We're getting up on the hill so you can get a better view of it, Mike.
But he can get to it. You have to go all the way around.
Clear inflow.
Get him over.
Clear inflow.
Out here, and he can come around.
We're getting hail. We're getting pings of hail. Here we go, heading east on Alameda. Where is the main circulation? We must be right on it, Mike. This has got to be it.
Okay, there's a hook. There's actually a debris ball. I think it may be on the ground. It's between 36th and 48. Between 36th and 48. Let's go to the south dop. I think it's on the ground. Here it is right here. This is a debris ball. Emily is talking about the dust feeding in. This is the tornado. It's in between 36th and 48. I think it's on the ground right now. There's the OU campus. Okay, so you're talking about Main Street at 48th. So you folks in East Norman, storm cellar or basement, get there now. East Norman, get there now. 36th, 48, and all points east. I think it's on the ground right here. That is a tornado signature. That is dust and debris in the ball being picked up right now. Let's go back to Emily Sutton, 48th Street.
It's got to be on the ground. Where are we? We are approaching 36th Avenue, Mike, on Alameda.
36th and Alameda. Emily's tracking this live. I have a tornado vortex signature now between 36th and 48 on Main Street. Main Street, 36th and 48. And it's coming down with strong circulation.
Okay, well, I think you're looking at the lowering, Mike.
No, I see the vortex. I can see the vortex aloft. It's coming down right now, 48th Street. It's gate to gate and strong. It's the vortex. Look down at when you clear out those buildings, look for debris coming up. This is East Norman. It's heading for Lake Thunderbird. It's going to go right across Lake Thunderbird. Right across Lake Thunderbird. It is strong gate-to-gate circulation with a ball of spinning right down at cloud base. It may not quite be on the ground yet, but it's awfully close. So this is all the way. This is at 48th Street and Main right now. Main and 48th, just past 36th Street. And Emily Sutton is right there tracking it. Emily, what do you got?
Mike, we have what is the lowering, and I'm just waiting for it to drop. I don't see it on the ground yet, but it is getting closer to the ground, and it is rotating. We're starting to get sideways rain.
Emily,
we're getting sideways rain.
You're traveling eastbound right now.
Yes.
On Imhoff, is that right? Or are you on Lindsay?
On Alameda.
You're on Alameda. Okay, and what 100 block east are you? Are you past 36th Street East?
Hold on. Josephine, can you pull this back up? We are just about to hit 48. We're in between 36 and 48.
Okay, Emily is right where she needs to be. So let's just hang with Emily's shot here. This is a continued tornado warning.
I think you're looking at where it will drop if it drops.
Yep, it'd be over 48th Street now.
It's
heading
over
for
48.
60th.
We'll keep going east.
Yep.
But I think we're looking at what could be it. It's starting to get pretty hazy now. Now that the rain's wrapping sideways around it, Mike.
Okay, now it's between
We have lots of
48th.
sideways rain.
Okay, now it's between 48th and 60th. So you folks over by Lake Thunderbird, it may try to go across Thunderbird as a water spout. So, you know, if you live over on Lake Thunderbird, tornado warning. Thank goodness it has cleared most of Norman, but East Norman's still very much under a tornado warning threat. So it's over 60th now.
South of here?
Emily's going to run out of road.
We're working on it. He's getting gas.
Just zoom back out. Go back to where we are. All right, yeah. We're at Alameda and 48th, Mike.
Okay, it's going to be to your east now. I'm showing the velocities have now come back down a little bit.
We're in the rain. We're in some heavy rain.
Emily, you may have to go jet down to Highway 9 so you can get east and get around Lake Thunderbird. It's turned to the right, so it's basically going due east. The important thing to remember is that these type supercells have produced long-tracked violent tornadoes today. And, you know, Emily and I are kind of splitting hairs here. The fact of the matter is that a tornado warning is in effect. These supercells have produced violent tornadoes today. Reed Timmer says he was inside the tornado 3 times. He just texted me out of Edmond. He's in it 1 time in Edmond, then 2 more times. And Reed is still tracking. And it's up by Cushing right now, that tornado on the ground up by Cushing. So Emily is still tracking this east. It's over just past 60th now. It's at about 72nd Street East. So, Emily, you're going to get tangled up in Lake Thunderbird. You may have to drop south on 9. It curves northbound anyway.
Yeah, we're already doing it. We're already doing it, Mike. We're dropping south. We were in lots of bands. It was sideways rain. And, man, it was getting close to the ground, though, when we could get a good view of it before the rain kind of wraps around it. So we're going to slam south, head east, and stay on this for all of you guys.
Okay. All right, we have Bob Moore Chopper 4 en route. This is heading for Bethel Acres and Shawnee and Tecumseh and Twin Lakes and Lake Thunderbird here immediately. It's at about 72nd Street East now is where it is. And I think it's probably momentarily spun back down. It got awfully close to producing a tornado there. Emily had sideways rain curtains. It was very, very close. The hook is still there, but it isn't quite swinging around quite as much as it did before. Let's go to the storm tracker here and take a look. Let's go to the storm tracker here live. Still clearly a hook, still clearly a supercell, and the hook is right here. So Highway 9 is right here. There's the town of Little Axe. See how the hook there developed, then went away? As it loops there, you'll see how a little stinger came around, then it went away. That was the velocity that I saw there live, looking at it. Boom, right there, and then it went away. So it's cycling back down again, but keep in mind the Edmond tornadic storm cycled up and down how many times beginning, you know, back at 3:15 this afternoon. It took about an hour for that one to produce its first, well, it produced one, you know, out there by Piedmont, but the first big tornado, decent tornado, was about an hour and 25 minutes into the cycle. So Emily's on this. She's going to track it east on Highway 9, and Bob Moore Chopper 4 is on this as well. So you folks over in Pottawatomie County, what you need to know is the conditions are very favorable for large tornadoes today. We've already shown you this very large wedge tornado that has produced considerable damage beginning in Edmond all the way through most of Lincoln County, and now it is on the ground over by Cushing. Robert, what do you have?
Northwest side of Lake Thunderbird right now.
Say what's on the northwest side of Lake Thunderbird. Tornado being reported on the northwest side of Lake Thunderbird. Okay, there's a spotter report right there of a tornado on the northwestern side of Lake Thunderbird. So it's on the ground, and it's right in through here, and Emily's going to be getting back ahead of it on Highway 9. So if this continues to cycle up, it will produce a significant tornado there. Look at the hook there. Wow. Just in that, and there's the tornado warning, boom, right there from the Weather Service for Pottawatomie and Lincoln counties. This is a dangerous situation. You got to know where your safe spot is, and if you don't feel like you're safe where you are when this thing's heading your way, you got to get out of the way. It's just that simple. Little Axe, Pink, the Thunderbird Casino, over toward Twin Lakes, Dale, and Shawnee. Here's Shawnee and Tecumseh. And will it produce tornadoes all the way across Pottawatomie County? It sure could, and it sure may, and you almost may say probably will. That's how serious this is, because conditions are so prime for tornadoes today. So will it tornado all the way across Pottawatomie County? It sure could. And that would put Shawnee right in the crosshairs as well as Tecumseh. So we just want to tell you that, because we don't want you to take this lightly. We want you to be proactive with us and protect your life, your family's safety, and your property. That's the kind of day that we're looking at here. This is a tornado outbreak, and we've already had what has likely been an F4 that's gone on for a long track through Lincoln County. Let's go back to Emily Sutton here live. Emily? Look at the hook.
Yeah, Mike, we're still on Highway 9. We are still tracking this for you. We're kind of trying to navigate around the lake. I think we're going to go east and then eventually north towards where the main circulation is. But, man, it got real close to dropping earlier when we were watching it very closely before the sideways rain went around it. So we're keeping a close eye on it to the west. There's trees in the way, but we're going to keep heading this way and slam north towards it.
Eastbound. Have him go to Crossroads Mall and go eastbound on I-40. Hook with a likely tornado on the ground over the northwestern corner of Lake Thunderbird right now. And it looks, yes, this is violent. This is another violent tornado developing. Let's go to the South Dop. Man, let's go to the South Dop. Look at this. Look at that. And you can tell that this thing is going to be a big tornado by the curvature of that inflow being sucked into it. To get the atmosphere to torque and curve like that means that the intensity of that updraft, or tornado in this case, is strong. To get the atmosphere to torque like that is rare, and that's the kind of stuff that produces big, long-tracked tornadoes. This looks just like Kearney, looks just like Lake Arcadia. It looks just like the area in Lincoln County. It looks just like that. And this is positively on the ground right now, no doubt about it. Velocities are verifying it. Lake Thunderbird is right here. This is Highway 9. Thank goodness it got east of Norman, but for you folks east of Norman, man, you would need to know where you can be to be safe. Bethel Acres, Twin Lakes. Bethel Acres, Twin Lakes. Look at that. It's completely torquing that hail band. It's turning it 180 degrees around. It's absolutely spinning it all the way around the other direction. And that's pulling in like baseball-sized hail, turning it all the way around the other direction. That means this thing is going straight up mighty violently and mighty fast. Emily Sutton's on Highway 9 right now. I bet she's going to see a wedge to her north. Emily, take a look here. You're on Highway 9 now heading east. What do you got?
We just actually turned north on 84th. So we're trying to get close to it.
You got to get east, Emily. You got to get east. Stay on Highway 9. You got to jet east. You'll never keep up with it. Jet east on Highway 9, just as fast as you can. Stay east of it, over to Pink and Little Axe. Don't keep trying to go northbound. You'll never catch it. Keep going east to get back ahead of it. It's turning due east. It's going to hit Little Axe. It is violent circulation. It is I guarantee you, it is an F3 plus on the ground right now. And it's going to come awfully close to hitting Little Axe. It's on the northern side of Lake Thunderbird right now. It's on the northern side of Lake Thunderbird right now. This is very, very dangerous. Anybody on Highway 9 over to Pink, you folks in Pink, it's going to hit you too. And it's going to try to go right into Tecumseh, either Tecumseh or Shawnee. I guarantee you, this is a large, large, violent tornado, either developing or already there. Look at the hook. That's amazing, and that is a very, very dangerous supercell right there. It is over on the northern side of Lake Thunderbird right now, and the wind velocities are indicating here that it could be an F4 tornado. Looking at the velocities from our Doppler radar network, it looks like it is a potential F4 tornado, violent tornado on the northern side of Lake Thunderbird right now. Emily Sutton is tracking